Hi parents, my name is Kelly Roberts, and since we do not have a mid-year back to school night, I wanted to give you some information about the class your child's going to be taking this quarter. This is 8th grade video production, which means I might or might not have had your student in the last couple of years. The great thing about this class is it's designed for all levels, whether they've had me all 3 years or if they have never had me. The class kind of differentiates itself out based on where they have been. So I wanted to give you a little information about the class so you know what to expect and what your child will be doing this quarter. So first thing, just a little bit about myself. This is my 21st year teaching. I am actually a science teacher, 14 years science. I left the building for a few years as a mentor to first year teachers in the district, and I've done 4 years of multimedia. This is my 3rd year in a row. I did it back between science and mentoring several years ago too. It's always been a passion of mine. Even when I was teaching science, I did video production clubs, and multimedia was a huge part of my science class with projects that we did. So the class goals for this quarter is we're really looking at 3 big questions. What is required to produce a media art project that conveys purpose, meaning, and artistic quality? Purpose is the big thing. We're not just creating silly little videos for YouTube. We're really wanting to create something with purpose. And then how does combining multiple forms of media impact the effectiveness of communicating a message? So we're looking at how does music and audio and film and images, all these mixed together to help communicate their specific message. And then the last part is how do media artists use various tools and techniques to create media art? This is really looking at the software that we're going to be using. We use the Mac products, iMovie, GarageBand, the Photo app. We use a lot of the Google apps. We use Pixelmator, which is the Mac version of Photoshop, to do some graphic design. And so it's really looking at those tools and also how to best use a camera and a tripod, and the hardware that they'll also be using. Now, this is a project-based class, so we learn all these skills through the projects that we do. And the first project that we're going to do is the alphabet project. And this is just an opening mini project where students create a film representing the alphabet. It really focuses on working in collaborative groups, how to use the camera and tripod, shot composition, how to best compose your shot so it looks good, and becoming familiar with the iMovie software. And the kids who have had it before, iMovie updates every year, and so it's just kind of refamiliarizing yourself with the new interface. Silent Movie is our second project, and this focuses on the introduction of a variety of camera shots and angles and how these shots and angles communicate a specific message in a movie. They'll also apply storytelling elements along with music and dramatic acting to best enhance emotion and the meaning of a scene. Then we move into the music video, their favorite project. This focuses also on storytelling, use of camera shots and angles, but now we start adding some effects and some more advanced type shots and editing techniques using different types of cuts. So they'll be doing some green screen and some special effects within iMovie. Now, if we have time, first semester I ran out of time, but we have a little. Second semester is a little longer, each one of the quarters. So it depends on our time. Hopefully we'll get to this documentary project, and this is where students will learn the components and different filming techniques that go into making an effective documentary. Hopefully they'll be creating a documentary with the focus either being on the role of technology in their education, their life in middle school, through the locker door, which focuses on inclusivity, or making an impact by giving back. So they get a choice of topics, but they can really go a lot of different ways with that. So just some basic stuff about the class. As far as materials go, all they need for this class is something to write with each day. All our notes, everything we do is kept in the class. And most everything is either done through Google Drive or on Schoology. But any handwritten stuff like storyboard, shot lists, we keep that in the class. So Schoology, all handouts, notes, links, warm-ups are available on Schoology each day. If they're absent, they just need to check Schoology, and I'll explain to them the first day how everything's organized. And just check what they missed. If it was a warm-up or notes, that they can get on their own. If we're working on a project and they're part of a collaborative group, they'll need to check in with me to see if they need to come in some other time to get caught up. Depends on how long they're gone for. And so this class is really dependent on being in class because they're working in teams and it's so software dependent, like they have to be in class to do their projects. Grading, 60% of the grade are the projects which will be presented in an electronic portfolio through Google Presentations. They'll all have copies of their movies that they can show you on Google. And then the other 40% comes from quizzes, warm-ups, and participation grades. Behavior, that's a really important part of this class because they're outside of the classroom filming. And so respect and ownership is all I ask. They're working with very expensive equipment and they're outside of this classroom, so they must be responsible, respectful, and on task, or the privilege of filming in groups outside the classroom will be lost. It's a privilege to film in this class, not a given, and I have to be able to trust them when they're out and about, otherwise they'll be giving an alternate assignment. Campus Film Festival, in the spring, we'll be holding an evening film festival where projects created in this class will be selected for the showcase. The goal is to get students to create for a larger audience, and so I'm kind of picking and choosing from each quarter these top movies. And that actually is all I have. So I'm hoping that your students have an incredible quarter. If you need to reach me, the best way is through email, and it's just kroberts@cherrycreekschools.org, no number after. And so if you need to contact me, just let me know. But hopefully your students are going to have an amazing quarter and produce some great work. Thanks.